Hello there, Hedge here. Before I start this video, I should point out that this video technically comes out as a pair with my capsule preparation video. I would recommend watching that first before this one. Unless, of course, you've only come to learn about preparing for souvenir package buy orders for future majors. So for that, we have to go back to May 9. Right, so next phase, we're talking about the souvenir packages, and ever since the 7-day cooldown, these have been quite awkward to approach. What do I mean by this? Well, to acquire a souvenir package in-game, you actually have to use a souvenir token, and that actually counts as an in-game purchase. So we have a 7-day cooldown on all of the packages that will come out in the future, so as long as we still have the 7-day cooldown rule in place. So Stockholm introduced the Mirage, Nuke and Vertigo 2021 collections from the Operation Riptide, and these were super in demand. It was madness. We also had the first introduction of the Ancient Souvenir Package, so that also had quite a bit of hype behind it. So yeah, all of these, when they initially came out, had a ton of hype, and things went quite crazy to begin with. Quite indeed. But they behaved differently compared to the souvenir packages that have already existed before. I'm talking about the likes of the Overpass, the Inferno, and the Nuke souvenir package. Those packages behaved a bit differently, and I can show you right now. So it is November 3rd, 2021. So here's the rules. Please understand this. With the souvenir packages currently, you can only get a souvenir package if it's been played, and you have to spend a souvenir token of a match that's been played to then get a special souvenir package based on that match to then be able to sell it. Now don't worry, they're not all individual, they're not all individually separated by the maps they've been played on, or the matches that have been played. Rather, it just matters whether it was an Inferno, a Nuke, or whatever. The only thing that is different per the match is what type of gold stickers get put on it. Gold stickers of the teams that played, basically. So I'm just quickly taking a quick look to see how the prices of the Nuke souvenir package was, the Inferno souvenir package, and I'm pretty sure I'll be looking at the Overpass souvenir package in a second as well. But yeah, I'm just getting a good idea of how do these, how do their prices flow as time goes on. It is 7 o'clock because clocks changed, and this is something different that I want to point out to you. You might notice I did a £1.35 buy order there. That is below $2. That is probably equal to about $1.80, we could say, maybe $1.80 to $1.90. And this is something I noticed, because you can see right here, nobody did a $2 buy order. Now, what are the price of these souvenir tokens? They are sold for $3 each. Makes sense? So, in theory, these souvenir packages would be bottlenecked to about $3. However, there is a 7-day cooldown on these things, so there's not going to be a lot of them coming through. It's not like you can just buy one and insta-sell it. Much like the sticker capsules, you have to wait a week. So if there's suddenly a much more higher increased demand for a certain type of souvenir package, well, you're going to have to wait to be able to sell yours. If you think, oh damn, I should go grab some and sell some. No. So let me point out that the vast majority of people try to get a buy order down for about a third of the price, but hardly anybody did a price that was around $2. So let me make it clear that the vast majority of these souvenir packages sold at around $2.50 to about $3. Now, for some people, it was actually cheaper to buy them on the Steam market with their currencies than it was to buy in game. So that's why some people were happy to spend $3 on the Steam market, because at the end of the day, they were actually buying them for cheaper. But What we care about is being able to buy them and be happy with the fact that we could sell them instantly for a profit if need be. Because remember, if you buy something from the Steam market, there's no 7-day cooldown, you just wouldn't be able to trade it for a week. You can insta-sell it afterwards. So, you get the idea now. I was trying, or in theory, I realised I should be trying to go for that $2 region. Lots of people are going to be dumping theirs for around $2. Maybe some people are going to make some mistakes. You know, it happens. But there's a big gap. This is only about $1. This is probably about $1.90, but he's only requested 10. So this was a mistake, and this is something I had to learn from. Here you go. Here's the Nuke souvenir package. Same thing. Nobody went up to about £1.50, because at the time £1.50 was about $2. So if I were to have done this again, I would have gone about 161, 164, because that would have also gone for the €2 balance as well. So just keep in mind, a big chunk of people who play and are invested in CSGO use dollars and euros, the Americans and the Europeans. I don't know if Chinese can buy stuff from the Steam market. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you get the idea. The $2 region, the €2 region, great to have. Great range to have, and you're definitely going to pick up a lot of buy orders. But you've got to focus it, because it's not just me that made this mistake. Loads of people did. And you're going to see a stark difference when we see the souvenir packages that came out the day after. Because Dust 2, Mirage, Vertigo, and Ancient, they weren't played until a day later. So yeah, this is how many buy orders you see after just a minute or two. And same situation, except this guy, he went and did a $3 buy order, and then someone here did a $2 buy order. So $3 right here. Let me tell you, all of these quantities, very, very thin. Don't worry about if someone's above you with a 20 quantity buy order. It's not going to last, right? It's not going to last. And you should care more about your buy order priority. You should care more about the range you potentially have. That's why I sit here and say, try and go for that €2 position. You're definitely going to pick up a whole lot more. So this was the first day of souvenir packages appearing. And yeah, you saw 3 souvenir packages there. And the vast majority of people did buy orders at around, well, less than a third of the price of what it was being sold for. So about $1 less than just around $1. And then people with a higher price only went up to about $1.80. You're going to see a difference right here. So now it's the souvenir packages of Mirage, Dust 2, Ancient, and Vertigo. And look at the difference. So, any second now. There you go, 7 o'clock. And 4,000 requests to buy within a second of it appearing on the market. Yeah, that's legit, isn't it? So, me learning from my mistake from the day before, I put down a £1.61 buy order, which was more closer to €2. And, yeah, 8,000 requests to buy, 5,000 requests to buy. It's not even been 30 seconds yet. So yeah, I'm trying my best to be as fast as I can. And instantly, on this Ancient souvenir package, someone's gone straight in and tried to go for a $3 buy order. Nothing wrong with that. Understandably, some people want to try and actually be able to buy some of these. So yeah, those were the buy orders. Wasn't that quite quick? And now, I can show you how the buy order layout looks like. So this is Mirage, and yeah. It's not even a minute. It's not even a minute. Look at it. So loads of people wishful thinking here. It's too cheap. You are not going to... At best, you'll probably buy a few at this price. Do not bother going so cheap. Unless you're a robot that can do a buy order within a microsecond. Typical. But yeah. Let's go a little bit up. Go up, go a little bit more. Up, 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 up. Loads of people learn from the mistake from the day before. So the day before, hardly anybody went over $2. Now tons of people doing it. This guy right here, flat on $2. Yep. And then all of this up here. Now remember, this isn't going to last. These numbers might seem big, but they don't last. You've got to remember how many of these get put on the market, how many of these go back and forth between people and whatnot. Insanity happens. So loads of people learn from their mistakes, and yeah, prices were much higher. But all of those really cheap offers are just pointless. I just would not bother. So yeah, that's from learning from past experience. And yeah, same situation here. A lot more people went above, but far too many people went too below. Yeah. It was interesting to see the changes a single day had with the Stockholm buy orders, but what would happen with the Antwerp packages? Based on the fact that souvenir packages can only be purchased with souvenir tokens if a match has actually been played on its corresponding map, it led to only 6 out of 7 of the packages becoming available on May 17. This is because the ancient map wasn't played until day 2 of the Antwerp major tournament. To learn more about figuring out when items affected by 7-day cooldown become marketable, I would recommend you watch my short video explaining just that. Anyways, my next course of action was to consider which packages I should be focusing my buy orders on first. 2 days before the release of the Antwerp souvenir packages, I deduced with some people watching how to figure out what packages may be better to do a buy order on first. Of note, 3 of the packages were from Operation Riptide's 2021 collections, that being Mirage, Dust 2 and Vertigo. These were very popular during the Stockholm Major, in which their collections had sought after skins like the Desert Hydra AWP or the Gold Arabesque AK-47, which caused such a high demand for those packages to be bought and opened. In comparison to the likes of Overpass, Inferno and Nuke packages, which had map collections and souvenir packages that had already been around for many years and for numerous tournaments in the past. I remembered from my past experience, which we've touched on in this video already, how differently some of the buy orders for these souvenir packages behaved. Factors such as how many Stockholm packages are still in supply on the Steam market, because the same souvenir packages would be used again. Then I checked in to see the daily average volume of sales in November 2021 that happened. On average, the Stockholm packages with Riptide collections were selling thousands a day, a clear sign of big demand. In comparison to them, the other packages would only have around a few hundred sales at best every day through the month, a clear sign of lack of demand. It was also noted that the packages that at one point sold for the cheapest prices were usually these 3 packages. 1, 2, 3. These 3 have much more demand, but these don't have as much competition with buy orders. These 3 probably likely will end up going higher in price, but these 3 will have so much more attention demand, but because there's so many that have been bought and bought from in-game, they're definitely not going to go and increase this price as much. But if you're thinking more about the quick flips during the short term, during a tournament, you'd likely care more about the buy orders with these. Whereas if you manage to pick up buy orders with these, it would just be a nice pickup, a nice investment. You can still sell these instantly during that short term period. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a case of, these 3 just get so much more going on. So I'm probably going to have to change my... I'm going to change my mind so much over the course of these the next day and a half, because I was kind of thinking if I approach these quieter ones first, get my foot down, get a nice buy order, it's going to look very good in the long term. And then, so as long as I'm fast enough to quickly go in here and then do a buy order on these ones, with the frequency of how much buy orders go back and forth, I would likely end up being the one who ends up buy ordering these for cheaper eventually. And maybe eventually it's just good enough, because then again, you don't know how quick things are. We saw tens of thousands of these sell in days, and it's got to think. But yeah, for me, I'm probably going to do a $2.50 buy order on these now, because I know I've seen how even at the cheapest, some of these only went down to about $2.70. So buying them for $2.50, I could still sort of sell them around evens, but even then I'd be smart enough to know to just wait a little bit longer, and then, you know, as time goes on, then you could sell them for more. But, you know, do you want to do quick flips, or do you want to treat these as investments, or do you actually want to open them? You know, different mindsets, different approaches for how much money you want to put down. I hope that all makes sense. Yeah. The price of the souvenir packages seems to stick around the $3 price of the souvenir tokens, anchoring value to never decrease it too much, but also bottleneck it to never go too high. That's a good reason for why I opted to do around a $2.50 buy order. Cheap enough to still be able to sell the packages for a little bit of profit, but also high enough of a price to get a good buy order range down. So now, we transition to May 17, the day of the souvenir package buy orders. Here, I was observing how only the Mirage Stockholm souvenir package buy order was properly fulfilled, but my other buy orders weren't so successful. I reckon you can do a $2 region sort of buy order for Mirage and you'd be alright. But for all of these, you're going to need to offer more. You're going to need to offer a higher price than $2.10. This is what I base on my past experience, because as you can see, I still have not managed to fulfill all of my buy orders here for the Stockholm 2021 souvenir packages. Lessons learned, not enough money here, and definitely not enough money over here. So I need to figure out now, how much should I offer? I need to really think, what should I focus first, and then, as I said, how much should I offer? So, with enough time to figure out what I was going to do, it was time for the actual buy orders. Right, I'm just going to have to go ahead and do it then, aren't I?
Much later.
Okay, so, here we go. Barely a minute passed. Someone offered $22. Oops. That is Inferno. That is Mirage. This is Dust 2. This is Vertigo. And this right here is Nuke. So, yeah, that's how insane it is. That's how it can be. You already bought a Mirage, Lino. How? 2.35 euros? Really? Can you show us in the Discord? No way. He immediately bought one. Well, you lucky sod. How have you managed that? I mean, it had to be one of us, didn't it? Well played, sir. You succeeded. You lucky sod. Right then, well, I like to think that you learned from what I was saying, and now you can prosper. Now you can make your lovely profits. You can either sell it now or you can hold on to it for a bit longer. It's all good. You know what, I'll share that on other servers. Right, so we're all getting them apparently. So how come I'm not getting them? I'm very upset with this. I'm going to complain. Where's mine? All I got is fish ponchos. God damn it, I teach everybody and then they all do better than me. Damn it! It wasn't supposed to be this way. And then we go over to Mirage, the one we expected to do the best. 16,732. After 10 minutes, that's how many there is. And you can see all the buy orders, all laid out right there. Scroll down a bit, see the bottom half. I don't know why people bother doing such cheap buy orders. Only one of them around here has got the cheapest buy order. The first one who did it is going to be the one that obviously gets the buy order. So everybody else is wasting their money, wasting their buy order limit. And you know what? It's very likely that it's bots, automated bots. So at the end of the day, I always expect many souvenir packages to be frequently put onto the Steam market. So I might not have been the fastest buy order, but I do know, with my appropriate buy order price, I'll be picking some up eventually. Or maybe, they will be appearing a lot faster than I thought. Bro, Inferno is so cheap. Is it? Well, there you go. Okay, that was scary. I only bought a few of them. That is odd. Why are they so cheap? I'll do a second buy order on it, but why are they so cheap? The reason why I pulled that buy order real quickly is I don't want to buy tons of them. What the hell happened there? I just won't have the buy order in it. That got really cheap very quickly. Compared to the likes of everything else, Inferno, people just dumping them hard. Nuke. Nuke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I hold? Do I hold? Not sure. So, Inferno and Nuke probably wasn't very good. Oh, wow. Do I stay? Do I stay? I don't know. It's control panel. Good. It's kind of cool. Okay, that was odd. So the buy orders are already going down to about $2.50. People are dumping to the highest buy order. Right, in all fairness, Inferno doesn't have anything crazy, so kind of makes sense, I guess. But that was that's unfortunate. People don't like Inferno. So, Inferno has died very quickly. Nuke is probably close. I forgot to check on Nuke. Sheesh. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Oh, God, what do I do? Okay. Damn. So what actually happened was I did actually buy a few of those Antwerp souvenir packages. I bought 3 Inferno. It's not the end of the world. I can hold on to them. I can sell them in the future. It's all good. You know what? I could also sell some stuff and get my money back up. It's not a problem. But that was a bit of a scare. That was going down very quickly. Too quickly. What is Inferno like now? It would have been dumped on me hard. Yeah. Oh well, it's early Inferno. It's not the end of the world. So yes, that was quite the shock for me, as I assumed the price I was offering for the souvenir packages was the perfect price. It appears a $2.44 buy order might have been a bit too high for certain packages, as seen with the Inferno ones. I put the time in to prepare myself by observing the Stockholm packages, but clearly Antwerp was behaving differently. I mean, who could have guessed that over 4,000 Mirage packages would be listed in less than 30 minutes? We are now reaching the end for this video. Here, I would like to show you some results after about 4 weeks since the buy orders took place. To my surprise, the Antwerp packages on average sold at lower prices compared to the Stockholm ones. For example, I was right to be cautious about my nuke package buy order because I had all 111 of them sold to me within a matter of days. I reckon I should be fine though. I still expect the souvenir package prices to recover before the next major. I hope. All the other packages seem to have held up their price well enough, as you can see. So whilst I faltered with a $2.44 buy order for 2 packages, it still looks like it worked out well for the rest of them. The lesson I've learned here is that it's clear Inferno and Nuke packages should have had a lower buy order price. In addition, the price of the packages with the Operation Riptide 2021 collections also didn't go too high of a price, as they were constantly bottlenecked with the price of the Stockholm ones that already existed on the Steam market. That's something that obviously didn't happen with Stockholm packages when they were released, but I was right to assume they would still remain as the packages that would have the most interest. I've learned from my experience and I've recorded it all, so I can make good use of this video to help me with my approach for the next major, and you too. So with that, I feel like that's a reasonable point to properly end this video. These past 2 preparation videos, I've presented to you how I approached my buy orders for the Antwerp 2022 capsules, passes and souvenir packages, providing you explanation and justification based on my experience with the previous majors. I might have had minor stumbles with my souvenir packages, but I'll be fine with the upcoming discount sale. Right?